The holidays are filled with visits to see our loved ones, people we don't always get to see on a regular basis. So my guest today has an important reminder for all of us out there. Keep your eyes open. Be very observant when visiting your aging relatives in particular. So here to explain why, we have Holly Novak, who's a branch manager for Interim Healthcare. So welcome to the show, Holly.
Hi, thank you so much for allowing me to be here this morning.
So Interim Healthcare, let's talk a little about it and what the company is all about.
Well, we're a home health care company. We've been in business for more than 50 years, and we get to improve people's lives. We make a difference every day by lending a hand, sometimes just a few hours, up to round the clock, to be able to help people stay home.
And that is the goal. With a lot of people, they just want to stay in their home.
Absolutely. When you think about having raised a family and maybe lived on the family farm for a very long time, it's very hard to contemplate needing to make a change. And in today's world, there are more options than ever before. We can really customize it to that individual to help them stay safe at home if that's where they want to be.
And your company sees a rise in calls this time of year. So why is it that the holidays kind of bring that out in people?
Well, I think for a lot of us, there are reminders all around about family and special occasions, and it maybe causes us to think back and think more fondly on the relatives that we might be concerned about. Maybe it's been a few months since we've been in to see them. Maybe it's been more than a year since the last big holiday that everybody got together. So as we connect with Mom, we might start to notice some of those little changes, some of the little triggers that can cause alarm. Sometimes that happens before we even get to the home. We might get a call that there are some missed appointments or bills are falling behind, and then when we go to actually see them, the other little warning signs start to come. When you dig a little bit deeper, there are some indicators there that there might be a difficulty.
And let's lay out some of those. If you are visiting a relative, what are some of the things that you may see around the house or that you may, see in dealing with your loved one in particular that are a red flag?
Yeah, and I think a lot of times people are surprised by these when they go in, and maybe Mom has been somebody who's just been fastidious in her appearance always.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you're looking and you're not sure maybe when the last time that dress was washed, or their personal appearance maybe is starting to change. Have they had their hair shampooed? Are they taking pride in their appearance? Are they having some uncertainties in how they're talking and answering to you? And then there are those physical indicators just in the home. Is there food in the refrigerator? Or if there is food in the refrigerator, is it fresh food? Have things been spoiled and left unattended? Or is the mail piling up as you come in? When is the last time that some of that has been sorted and taken care of in the home? Those day-to-day tasks really start to build up for some folks, and even just a little bit of help can make a big difference in keeping them safe.
And what can Interim Healthcare do then? So what if somebody sees these signs and they say, I'm concerned, they give you a call, what are you able to do?
Okay, well, that's one of the really great things about being able to work with a company like Interim Healthcare, is that this is what we see every day, and I always try to reassure families when they're on the phone that you're not alone. People are almost afraid sometimes to call. They're just not sure. They don't know where to begin. People don't really plan ahead for something like this to happen, and it's going to be an individual circumstance. So a lot of times we're meeting with a family just to kind of go over what some of the alternatives are, how we can help, whether that's a homemaker coming in to be able to run the sweeper and check to make sure that the groceries are there, and helping Mom get to that eye appointment if she hasn't had new eyeglasses. Those little things, up to sometimes we're helping out with some personal care with a home care aide, helping with bathing to make sure that that happens, or the services of a skilled nurse. If somebody's coming home from the hospital and needing some rehabilitation, they can do that. But the one thing I really want to mention is that a lot of times we get that call and it's time for the family meeting. If you think about it, families come together at Christmas time. There may be siblings that are coming in, and we say, hey, we've got to do something. People are seeing different warning signs, and just trying to figure out that there are options, that there are so many possibilities to be able to help out at home these days.
So what would you say as we go into the holidays, as people maybe see some of these signs and they're hesitant, like you mentioned a lot of people are, what would you say to them, to convince them that it is okay to reach out?
Yeah. Well, I think that the first thing is, when you see that trigger or that concern, give us a call. You can call Interim Healthcare. You can go out on the website and look and find some additional information there. It's a great resource because people don't have to go it alone. Everybody thinks that their family member is the only one that has some of these behaviors. Coming into the home, there's a lot of trust that's involved there, and so we're sending in a nurse to be able to evaluate the situation, and we're getting to know that person. in, and then we try to match staff up so that they might be doing some things together. We have a home life enrichment program where if somebody always loved cooking, but they're really not able to put all the ingredients together on their own anymore, well, we might sit down and cook with them. We might prepare a special recipe that they haven't done, for a long time. It might be outdoor work that somebody likes to do, and somebody can kind of do that side by side so that they can stay very happily at home. I think it's that almost an insurance policy for the family to know that somebody else has eyes on what's happening with mom, because the other thing is we want to prevent something happening, another accident. If we see a change in somebody's situation or condition, we can help address that before it sends somebody to the emergency room.
Right. We want to keep them in their homes. That is the hope. Holly, thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Thank you.